Hello, YouTube family. Thank you for joining me today. I just recently made this necklace and I am in so much love with it that I wanted to make another one. This using a bead soup that I had. So it's a really good way to use up your little beads, bead soups that you have collected. And the other thing is you only need like 3 different types of materials: your wire, your beads, and then a ribbon for this necklace to come together. Um, so, you don't need a whole lot of components, just 3 things to come up with this really beautiful, elegant necklace. So let me show you how to make this. So I have a little design here already kind of put together that I want to work on. I have these really bright beads that I just always a little scared to use, but I want to use it on this necklace because I have this really pretty ribbon here that I can use. So I have my design already lined up. I have my tools here ready to go. I have a round nose plier, a flat nose plier or a chain nose plier, and flush cutter, and a little measuring card. And for wire, I'm using 20 gauge German style wire, Beadalon brand German style wire in gold color. And that's what I will be using. And the ribbon kind of helps you adjust the length of your necklace. So that's why I like to use the ribbon for this project. So let's get started. So I'm going to take my wire and I am going to work directly off of the spool. So on my round nose plier, I already have like little marks where I want to make the loop. So my loop will be this size. If you go too far down, your loops will be smaller. If you go too high up, it'll be larger. And I like my loop about this size. So that's where I have my mark on each side of my round nose plier. So let me zoom in so you can see better. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to put our bead into the wire and then take our round nose plier and hold the wire right on the tip at the spot where I have the mark made, and then twist the plier all the way until you form a nice loop like that. And then when you have that, you want to go into the wire, into the loop again, and twist it the other way so that it's nice and straight. So this part is nice and straight. And then push your bead down. And then on the other side, you want to bend. You want to bend where, so that you want the loop on the other side to be about the same side as this side. But before I do that, let me straighten this loop up a little bit. Okay, it looks straighter now. And then so my loop is going this way. So I'm going to bend my wire that way so that now my loop is on the same side as the opposite loop. So once I have this, I'm going to take my measuring card and measure myself about 1/2 inch. And then cut my wire. And then take my round nose plier again, hold the tip like we did before, and twist it so that you can form a loop. Like that. I'm going to straighten this out so that the loops are sitting nice and straight. And there we have it. That's our first connector done. Now we're going to work on our next beads. Now these are little disc beads. And so I have like 5 of them. And I'm going to put all of them through my wire. And then I'm going to do the same thing, take my round nose plier, hold it right at the tip, and twist my wire so that it becomes a nice loop. And then go in again, angling my plier this way and straightening it up. This one needs a little bit more work. And this way, there we go. And then let me straighten this up a little bit more. There we go. And then push down my beads and bend it in the same direction as the other side. And then measure up 1/2 inch. So the 1/2 inch measurement works. Like the both sides would look somewhat equal if you have 1/2 inch. If you kind of come mark your spot like around the same area as I have my pliers. So this kind of, if you measure this part, this comes about a little less than 1/2 inch. And then do the same thing. Place the tip of your wire at the same spot on the plier and twist it, and you have it the same spot. Now each beads, like this size is going to be different than this, although this one's looking about the same size. This is going to be a little different. So your length of your necklace is going to be dependent on like what size beads you use. Like if I use a longer bead like this one, this will take up more length on your necklace than something like this. So you can't always, try to make like 18 connectors because it depends on what size bead you use as well. So we will make one more together. So I'm gonna do this blue one next. So put the bead in, take my plier and make a loop. Go in and make it straight, push the bead down, bend the wire, measure 1/2 inch, trim the wire, and make the loop again. So that's pretty much all we have to do for all the beads that we want to make this bracelet with. So I'm going to go ahead and keep doing with all of these beads, and I'll see you guys then. Actually, before I go away, a one-time saving tip is that you can just put all your beads through your wire. I mean, I have a lot of coil here that I'm pretty sure they're not going to come out of the other end. But if you're worried, you can just put a little stopper on there to make it not fall out of the other end. But just so that you can, save some time putting all the beads in like that. I'll see you after I have all my beads made with the loops. Okay, so this is what I have. I have all my beads in the wire and loops made on each side. Now it is time to connect all of them together. And to do that, I am going to take a chain nose plier, and I'm going to start from one end, open up the loop. And to open up the loop, I'm going to hold, let me actually zoom in a little bit. So I'm going to take my plier and lift it up so that it opens this way. And then I'm going to take my next connector and slide that in and push it down to close that loop like that. And then I'm going to take the new piece that we just connected, and open the one side of that loop, and then add another bead or the connector, whatever you want to call these things, and close it, and then open up that one and attach the other bead. So you want to keep going until you get to the end, up to the very last bead. So I'm going to keep going and I'll show you what I have. So I have completed connecting all my beads and making them into a chain. But as you can see, this is smaller than our original design because our beads are smaller. And so it doesn't take up as much length as this side, even though we're using the same number of connectors or the beads. So I'm going to add 4 more of these to kind of come up about the same length as this one. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so I have added the 2 extra beads on each side, so I think I'm happy with this length. Now it's time to add this connector piece here, this one right here, and this is a little bit tricky to make. So I'm going to go back to our wire again, and I'm going to make the loop the same way we make the loop. I'm going to do that, holding the tip, twisting the wire or the plier and the wire. And then at this point, just like how I would twist my wire to make it straight, I'm going to do the same thing, but bending it a little bit at an angle. So that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to measure about 1/4 of an inch. So 1/4. And then bending it at that point. Like that. And then at this point, I'm going to measure 1/2 inch and then bending it at that point. Like that. And then once we have this, it looks kind of like a little hanger, like your clothes hanger, dress hanger. And I'm just bending it to make sure, there we go. And we'll make it one more time because I didn't focus it the other time. So once we have this, once I have the wire crossing our hanger, I'm going to measure 1/2 inch from that point. So from that little point there to 1/2 inch. And I'm going to trim it off right there. And then I'm going to take my round nose plier and turn that into a little loop. I'm going to open that up a little bit so that my wire has enough room to work with. And there we are. There's our little hanger shaped connector. I'm going to do the same thing. I have a loop already made on this side. And I'm just going to angle this out a little bit. And then measure 1/4 of an inch from the point where that loop ends. And then bend it so that it looks like a hanger. And then measure 1/2 inch. And bend it again. And then kind of fix the little sides of the hanger there, and then where the point where it crosses each other, measure 1/2 inch from that point and give it a trim, and then make a loop again. Open this up a little bit and then put them together. I think I'm just going to leave it in this way. I think it looks even enough. And then to attach it, I'm going to actually, let me just get this a little bit straight so that there's not a wide space like that. And then to attach it, I'm going to open up the loop from the bead side and then put both of them through and close it. And then do the same thing on the other side. Open the bead side of the loop and put it through and close it. And then we are ready to attach our ribbon. So now this part is pretty easy. You're just putting your ribbon through the little connector or the little hanger that we just created, and we're going to just feed the ends through the necklace, and that is it. That's our necklace complete. And so once you have it on and you have the desired length, all you're going to do is tie a knot on the top. And now this takes me a little bit of time to do, like getting a nice little bow, but this is sort of how I do it. I kind of put the nicer part outside, and this ribbon is pretty easy to work with. Like you can twist it to get the nicer part out, like the way you wanted. Okay, I guess that's the best I could do. So there it is. Our necklace here is complete. This is a sweet little piece that looks beautiful. What do you think? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on our next one. Bye for now.